G'day Al, welcome back to this chain shed. Got my 105 series back up here again. Got a couple little jobs I need to get done on it, but for now I'm going to get a rear pinion seal done on the diff because that's just been weeping a little bit. And I've got a Perth to Sydney and back again trip coming up in a few months time, so I want to get this stuff sorted. Alright, so we're under the car and I'll just spin you around a bit there so you can see that that diff is a little bit wet there. Has been dropping a little bit. Yeah, she's all pretty way wet. So that seal is needs to be replaced, which is not a massive job for these. I'll just spin around. You got 4 bolts on your drive shaft need to come off, and then there's 1 nut behind that pinion flange. So we'll mark this drive shaft up, so when we put it back together, it'll be in the same spot. And yeah, we'll rip this off and get that pinion flange out. So just before I started, I gave all this a bit of a quick clean with the degreaser, just to clean things up a little. It wasn't a massive clean, but it was a bit of a clean nonetheless. Just to try and stop myself getting covered in grease, which probably won't happen, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, these are 4 bolts on the drive shaft. They're a 14mm, so we'll see how tight they are. It's always a bit of a pain under the car trying to get some leverage on these sort of things. So just a mental note, the washer goes under the bolt head, not under the nut. Well, at least that's which way I found this one, so this is the way it's going to go back in. I'm just going to remark this again because I've got to leave my hat on because my microphone's on it. Yeah, that didn't really mark up very well. Not from what I can see at this angle anyway. That might work. Alrighty, I might need my soft mallet just to give that a bit of a tap, just to free it up. Alrighty, there we go. Doesn't take much, and we can just drop that down out of the way. It's not going to go anywhere. And we just got that 1 nut to undo. So yeah, I'm just going to get my rattle gun onto that, and hopefully she should come off. I reckon that'll be about a 32. Let's find out. Alright, so before I remove this nut, we've just got it staked here, so I'm just going to punch that out a bit. Hopefully, I might have to move you out of the way a little bit. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go punch up under here. If this doesn't work, I've got another one, but I might just grab this one up like a little chisel just up under that stake mark. Now it's not pretty, but that will hopefully stop that nut from chewing up the thread. Yeah, it looks pretty base shit, but anyway, we'll get the rattle gun on there and buzz that off. And now I was a little bit mistaken earlier when I said it looked like a 32. It's a 30, so we're pretty close. Now, you could count the number of turns on your nut before you remove this, but to be honest, when you tighten it up, you're going to end up back at your stake point anyway. And to be honest, these got a crush washer in them, and if you're not replacing the crush washer, then you want to sort of tighten it up to about the same point where it was before anyway. To reset the crush washer is a big thing, setting your preload and all that on your pinion, which I'm not going to do. So what I normally do on pinions like this, if I'm replacing them, is because the bearings will wear a little bit, I normally give it just a smidge more than what it was before, just to kind of hopefully keep that preload about where it was. Anyway, let's get this pinion out. So hopefully this should just slide out, but we may need to put the puller on it. While I'm under it, I might just give it a whack with the soft mallet, see if it moves. which it's not going to, so I might just need to grab a puller on there and just... Okay, so I've just got my three-legged puller set up on here. Now, it is kind of a little small, but it should do the trick. It's mainly just small. Hopefully it just doesn't pop off the flange, that's all. So it would be nice to have something a little bit bigger, but should be fine. That's moving pretty easy anyhow now. Got a ratchet friggin' ring spanner, and every time I go back it's slipping off the point. Probably better off with a socket on there. So yeah, pullers definitely make this job a lot easier. And I've got something just under there just to catch any oil, because you're probably going to lose a little bit. What you can do as well, if you want to get particularly anal, is mark up your location on your spline as well. It makes things a bit easier when you're putting things back together. So anyway, that flange is off. Now that seal area looks pretty good. I'll take my gloves off and run my fingers over that seal area and see how it looks. But we've just got this seal to pop out. I'm just going to use a screwdriver just in there to yank it out, and then we're going to drive the new one in. So as you can see, a bit of oil dripping out of there. It's going to be a little bit more once we pop this seal out. I just got to get a screwdriver just in behind it. That should pop out pretty easy. They normally do. It's been a bit difficult this time. Why are you being so difficult? There we go. And you see in here we got an oil slinger. Behind that, excuse me, I have the bearing. So I'm just going to give this just a bit of a wipe down the surface in here where this seal sits, and then we can throw the new one in. So while I've got this out, you just want to inspect that seal area of the pinion flange. Just run your fingernail over it. If it's a massive deep groove in there, then you're probably going to need to throw a new flange on there, or speedy sleeve this. That is an option to get away with cheap. They do work, but if that groove is really deep, personal experience on bigger gearboxes and whatnot with speedy sleeves is you need to fill the airspace under the speedy sleeve where that groove is. Otherwise it just locally overheats from the seal and it'll tear the speedy sleeve to pieces, tear your seal to pieces as well. So yeah, just be aware of that. But this one feels actually, that's fine. We'll make do it. It's just a small groove with my fingernail. That should seal okay, for at least what I need anyway. So yeah, we'll get the new seal in and keep on trucking. Alrighty, when it comes to the new seal, we're just going to have to drive it in nice and evenly. So just whack it on there. Now, what I like to do is just use a socket. Now, I'm using well, it's one of my bigger sockets. It's a 2-inch drive socket. There's my hammer. Just going to whack that over and use it like a drift. So just going to... we're just going to drive it in so it's nice and square. It's not too far off, so... So I'm just using the hammer just to finish it off, just to get it nice and flush. And just gonna check that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So now we can drop the pinion back on. I might need to move you around because you got the light on you. There you go, and I can line up my spline again. Smooth out. There we go. And just knock that on with the hammer. Enough for the nut anyway. And that'll take up the rest of that. Where the hell did I put my ratchet? Right under me. So I'll just give that nut a tighten up. And like I said, we'll tighten it up to where it was before. And then just give it a bit of a smidge extra. Now you can see that's just tightened up, and we are just right on that by where that original stake was. So we'll just tighten up to that stake and then give it a... Well, I might need to throw a handbrake on, I think. Because either that, or I might just throw the rattle gun on it, and because that'll should tighten it up where I need it. So that's about where it was, and we'll give it a touch extra. Yeah, there's not much extra, it's only a fraction, which it won't need much. And we just got to restake that. So, where's my punch? Why do you end up with the pinion at that spot? Very typical, isn't it? I might need to get a shorter punch. Alright. Oh, just got to get my arm around everything. So we're going to restake that, which I cannot get any swing on the hammer where that is now. Might be able to just... Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is just rotate this pinion around, push this car back a bit. There we go. Let's just throw something under there to chock the wheel. There we go. That'll work. Now I can, still can't get a decent swing on it. It'd been so much nicer to work on a hoist, I reckon. But, you know, not all of us have that luxury. So there we go, restaked. Time to put the drive shaft back on, and if we've done everything right, I'll spin around. If I've done everything right, then this should line back up where it was. Which it does. So happy days. Just a matter of putting all these bolts back in and torquing them up. Well, in all honesty, this is a pretty quick job. Probably, I don't know, I've probably been going for half an hour, I suppose. Not long. Last bolt. And I just gotta go and find out that torque setting for you all. Alright, so that torque there, 106 Newton meters on the drive shaft bolt. So hopefully, I haven't got under there to see if the torque wrench will fit under there, but if it does, it does. If it doesn't, then it'll just get tightened. So anyway, it is what it is. Let's see. So there is no real room to get a torque wrench in on the back side of the flange because it just doesn't work. The only real hope is at the front with an extension by the look of it. Going with the world's longest extension for this. Whatever works, eh? Just going to be a slow process, trying to tighten all these up. Yeah, I'm going to turn the camera off and get this out of the way. Alrighty, so that's a diff pinion seal done. Last job I need to do is just check the diff oil level, make sure that's at the correct level, and we're done. So, real simple job, probably under an hour if you're really smashing it out. I'm taking my time filming, so probably an hour and a half by the time I set up and do my thing. But yeah, hopefully you've got some use out of this video. So make sure you smash that like button before we piss off the next video, and yeah, definitely appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later.